Devolution was enshrined in the new constitution in order to ensure that there's more equitable service delivery across the country. It is not being properly implemented. Devolution is being undermined today. That's why we blame the leadership of the counties, but they're not getting requisite resources that they need to implement development in the counties.
When I listen to that clip, I see a different Raila Odinga. Someone who is not energetic, someone who is not people-centered. Why am I saying this? Raila Odinga, if you remember in 2013, he remained in opposition all through, and we know very well that the opposition did very well. Actually, when he was coming in 2017, the election was such tight to an extent even he believed that he won. It's only that Chebukati and his team did not do the best work to ensure that his votes are protected. So therefore, you can see there are always results when you stick with the people. People will always love you, people will always listen to you, and people will always ensure that you are safe. Now, as we speak today, we have to admit the fact that Raila Odinga has lost the base a lot. He has lost the support that he used to have before. Now, Raila Odinga, recently he left for AU. He did not consult Kenyans. He did not think of the Kenyans' problems. He even told us at some point the Gen Zs are going to be paid, compensated, those who were actually killed and those who were actually involved in any form of harm with the police officers. But that has not happened till date. He did not follow up to that, but he was taken care of, went for the campaigns, he ensured that he had enjoyed himself at the AU. After failing, he remembered Kenyans. He said home is best. Now he has come back home. He said that he's moving around, making consultations right, left, and center before he makes a statement this week, probably. Now, Raila Odinga, as we speak today, is on with the consultations, meeting many people who are political bigwigs in the country. But now, I have a different opinion about Raila Odinga. In this video that we've just listened to, Raila Odinga has come out with some few things that I personally feel that are not the reality, is not the reality of what Kenyans are experiencing, or it's not the solution to most of the Kenyans' problems. Number one in the list, he has talked about the counties not getting enough funds. The counties, as we speak today, they might not be getting enough funds, but even that little that they get, it is always misused and embezzled. See the billions, what they have done in most of the counties, compared to the few things that MPs do within their constituencies. You realize that our developmental projects are entirely held by the MPs. When you look at what is happening with the county government, they're majorly paying the salaries. And actually, their current expenditure is too high in most of the counties. It's more than 50% in most of the counties. And then you realize that they are constantly asking for money to the counties. Now, but the county governors themselves are becoming richer and richer and billionaires in the country. Most of them are not in the office. As we speak today, you saw in Raila Odinga's accompaniment, it was Gladys Wanga of Homa Bay County, which means the priority of that lady, it's simply Raila Odinga's relevance in the Kenyan politics and the election of President William Ruto. You ask yourself, when is he going to have board meetings to ensure that Homa Bay County has received the enough development projects that it deserves? When is he going to be in the offices to ensure that the money that is disbursed to the counties, it is well used for the people of Homa Bay? She has been moving across the country. She's sometimes in Addis Ababa, sometimes in Mombasa, now in Migori. If Raila Odinga comes here to Kisii, he's again there. If he goes to Nakuru, he'll be there. In Nairobi, you'll see him there. And it is the case with most of the governors. Actually, they're never in office. They're always in Nairobi. Then you realize that the counties are not in touch with their governors. The people are not in touch with their governors. So you realize that a lot of money is being misused in travels and unnecessary things, while the people are in need of so many crucial development projects right at the grassroots. So therefore, we cannot blame right now as we speak the amount of money that goes to the counties. The right thing to talk about right now, it is the usage of the money that is given to the governors. And Raila Odinga was lying to Kenyans, according to me, or pretending to Kenyans, in the sense that it did not talk about the embezzlement that occurs in the counties. It did not talk about the type of poor development that is always happening in the counties. To some extent, is blaming the governors, the workers of the counties, yet the governor is the worker number one, employee 001 of every county. So therefore, if the governor is not performing, how do you blame the junior employees? So the fact remains that Raila Odinga has to approach it with reality to Kenyans, because for the entire time I've been in politics, observing Raila Odinga in politics, he has never come out to speak anything in terms of pretending or maybe saying the truth. But this time around, probably to try and lure support towards William Ruto's side, he's trying to appear national again, or maybe a patriot, which I feel strongly that is heading to the wrong direction. Another thing I want to talk about here is the issue to do with priorities. The priorities of Kenyans right now are different from what Raila Amolo Odinga is suggesting. Like now, he was saying the money to the counties while people need our hospitals to work, either the national or the county hospitals to function well. We want SHA to work well. We want everyone to go to the hospital to get the medications and go home. But the fact remains right now, the systems are not working. If you also check on this critically, Kenyans are not really talking about even money being dispersed to the counties. We have a problem with every leader having the money that they are controlling because they are misusing right, left, and center. If you check right now as you speak, the challenges we are facing as a country are with the leaders. If it's William Ruto, he needs to be fixed. He needs to deal with his own leadership. He needs to deal with himself so that we ensure that he offers proper governance in the country. But Raila Amolo Odinga is not talking about William Ruto now. He's talking about the county governments. Yet we know that as far as the county governments are doing their own things that are not good, the national government, especially in relation to SHA, those two things cannot be separated. Therefore, William Ruto must be talked of as one of the people who is failing Kenyans. But Raila Amolo Odinga reaches a point and says, no. We need to talk about other things. We need to consult Kenyans. He's forgetting that Kenyans already have aired their views very well. They have said that we don't want abductions, extrajudicial killings, we don't want wastage of public funds, we don't want corruption, we don't want misplaced priorities by the national government, we don't want unnecessary expenditures. But Raila Amolo Odinga still assumes all those things that Kenyans are raising, or maybe then they raised last year on 25th June 2024, and now they're coming back to Kenyans to ask them other things that are not relevant. What he needs to do. It's out there from all Kenyans that Raila Amolo Odinga and his team need just to go and read wherever they can find and know what Kenyans are doing. This ignorance is the problem we have in the country, as Kenyatta one time said. Another problem I want to talk about here is the issue to do with accountability. Like now, SHA, when it is failing, there are people who are not responsible, who are not doing their job well. Like now, the cabinet secretary. We have the cabinet secretary there who doesn't know exactly what is happening in SHA, how it should happen, or who should do it. But to realize Raila Amolo Odinga comes on board to say that they're going to ensure SHA has worked in other means that does not involve the cabinet secretary. For heaven's sake, that cannot work. SHA has so many problems, including those that were highlighted by the Auditor General, and that means very well that it is high time Raila Amolo Odinga stops ignoring the fact that this problem is not with the people. It is with the government, and the government must solve it. I don't know what you think about Raila Amolo Odinga's consultations, movements across the country, utterances about making a statement, and pointing out on the problems that Kenyans are experiencing. But please let me see on the comment section what you feel, on what you think about Raila Amolo Odinga, on what you think he's doing right now, so that we can be able to understand best as far as the moving forward of a country is concerned. But as per to me, I feel strongly that this is a huge level of pretense from Raila Amolo Odinga, that he does not understand what people want or even experiencing as we speak right now. I wish that he could have just sat down with William Ruto, start reflecting on themselves, see what they can fix, and ensure that they have fixed it according to the Constitution of Kenya. Because when we see SHA having such kind of loopholes, when we see housing levy having loopholes, when we see houses are not delivered yet, billions of money are with the government, we start questioning the ability of Raila Amolo Odinga and William Ruto working together. See you next time for more videos. My name is Abel Mukwa.